Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And EX Shizuka Mogami has released the part 2 of the Idolmaster collab in our slime game is here, and she is, on paper, a pretty good unit. She is definitely not what I predicted or wanted her to be by any means, but that doesn't make her bad. It just means that she fits an entirely different skill set than what I personally was going for, which I know a lot of other people were also going for as well. So you may be disappointed in what you're about to see, but you may think that she's actually maybe better in some aspects. But if we check out her banner, it is the same as the others, as the other Idol banner. It has Light Shizu, Water Alice, Space Velzard, Dark Anniversary Milim, Space Shinsha, and then EX Bride Shuna as featured characters alongside Shizuka. Thankfully, we were able to pull her quite easily at 60 pity, so 1 Koban multi and 5 Crystal multis. As of recording this video at 8 o'clock, we should be getting the 2 free multis for her banner in I would say 2 hours or so. Let me try and find the post. I made a community post about it, but I know people are still going to ask. So let me find it real fast here. And here it is. Okay, so here we go. Thank you for your cooperation. Goal achieved. Scout tickets will be distributed sequentially from around 1300 today, which is 1 p.m. Japan time. And banners release at 11 a.m. Japan time, so there's a 3-hour difference between when the banner drops and when these tickets are going to start to go out. So it's going to be another at least hour before people even start to see these tickets in your gift box. But you will get these tickets, mind you, by tomorrow. So don't freak out. So everyone will get 2 free multis on Shizuka's banner, which is good, because, if you pull her, then great. And if you don't, well, then it is what it is. Update. The tickets are out. They are dropped sequentially, so you may not have them immediately, but you will get them. They are going out now. Here's proof that I have, the Tempest Days Part 2 tickets times 20. So if you don't get them now, don't freak out. You will get them very, very soon. They're going out, in waves, right? So eventually they will get to whatever your account and how they determine what the waves are. But the tickets are now being distributed. She has free gear from the event shop. So if we go into the Million Live Tempest Days, her gear is right here. So you can buy 2 sets to awaken it and all that. So every single unit, that battle unit, has received free gear from this event. So, and this one is even better because you don't have to buy this gear, right? If you don't pull Shizuka and you have no intention, and you don't want her gear clogging up your inventory, then you don't need to. You can just leave it sit there, and you never have to watch it and stare at it again. But what does Shizuka actually do now that we've gone over, where to get her and all that? She does a few things. She's Water Magic, Pretty Sparkle, Wielder of Magic, Fount of Wisdom. And she's an AoE, Water Magic, 300%, and then her ult effect is lowering the enemy's magic resistance by 15%, which is a pretty hefty debuff coming off an ult. So, I mean, that's not bad right there. It's definitely, it could be like counterattack power like Tsubasa has, which means almost nothing. So, at least we got something useful off of the ult skill. And she's a support unit, so I didn't expect damage out of this anyways. Her first skill, we knew already because of the skill preview. The JP version was the correct version. So live mode for greens, just like Mirai. She has the same exact skill as Mirai for as far as live mode is concerned. So 2% on greens until the end of battle, so you can get up to 12% additional attack per green orb every turn. These do not stack together. It does not magically become 4% per green orb if you use both live modes, so it doesn't work like that. So you can only get 12 in one turn at most. Her actual secondary effect on the skill is lowers a single target's ult damage resistance until the end of battle by 10%, unlimited. So not only are you stacking attack with live mode, not only are you stacking magic attack with Rimuru, you are now stacking ult resistance down on the enemy. Which, that's great, okay. More stacking. And we doubled down on it too, because the second skill we didn't know. And like a dumbass, I didn't fully translate her initial preview, which gave us a hint of what it was going to be. It said it was going to be a buff and a recovery skill. And it ended up being increases all allies' weakness strike until the end of battle by 20%, and then heals the ally with the lowest percentage of HP by 35%. So she has a single target heal that is hidden behind an attack buff. So that way, in the beatdown battle right now, you have body and spirit changing skills sealed for a lot of the time. Those are mostly heal skills. This is not a heal skill. It happens to have a heal attached to an attack skill, so you can use this whenever you want, and if you take some damage on a unit that's not pretty sparkle and took an ult and, didn't have the invincibility, then you can heal them willy-nilly, doesn't matter. And then you are also stacking weakness strike. So now, you're stacking 4 different things on this team, right? You're stacking attack, you're stacking weakness strike, you're stacking magic attack, and you're stacking ult resistance down. And if you're using, Tsubasa, technically you're stacking temporary attack up to 60%, and if you use, Octagram Lumi, you're stacking ult damage up to 80%. So, in theory, you could have like 7 different stacks on this team going on at once, which, is very interesting, right? It seems very powerful, and this kit, I think, is much better than Mirai's kit, because I really don't like her future hand of greens. Not when the Protector is a triple orb converter. 2 greens. Like, that is overkill. This kit, I do like. And so because you cannot stack the live modes together, what this turns into is an alternating dance between using Mirai's skill, and then while that's on a 2-turn cooldown, you use Shizuka's skill, and then while that's on cooldown, you use Mirai's skill, which has just been reset back down to 25 points. And you just do that over and over and over and over again, so almost every turn, you can almost have a live mode giving you more and more attack. And that's how it's supposed to work. And then here and there, you can throw in some weakness strike, which, 20% is hefty, right? Summer Memories Shizu only goes up to 60, right? You only have to use this 3 times before you match that. Blanc, right? Brand new Blanc. Great, fantastic unit. She's got 100% weakness strike. That's a hefty amount. 5 times you gotta use the skill to match that. But you're also healing 35% every single time. It's pretty decent right there. She can match the output of other battle unit supports, or Protector supports, because she's stacking ult resistance down, which is what, Protector Diablo did. So she has a lot of viability, not only on this team, but at least on paper, on a few other teams, because this does not limit her to just green teams, right? The live mode, sure, if you're running a blue team, you might not be able to use live mode to get it, but you can still stack ult resistance down, because that is universal. You can still stack weakness strike, and you can still heal people, right? Even on a blue stacking team, even on an orange team. You won't have a lot of points for it, but a blue team especially, you can use this to great effect, because weakness strike, your nuker's gonna need it. Ult resistance down, your nuker's gonna need it. The live mode, take it or leave it. If you're not running a green team, then I wouldn't worry about it as far as getting the 2%, but you can still start stacking the 10% ult resistance down. Her Valor trait is she seals magic skills, which is orb changing, which is rewind, which is orb stealing. Very powerful Valor trait. These are good Valor traits right here. Attack sealing, magic sealing. Her actual trait, not so good for her specifically. If you send a 6 combo of greens, she gets an attack buff, which she's not Earth. She's not a DPS unit. She's a support. So giving her more attack as her trait kind of seems like an oxymoron. Like, why? Why do we need this? Is it to, help her do damage in a Jubilee where she's going to be the AoE nuker because we don't get an AoE Earth unit? Potentially. Maybe. I don't know. Seems kind of odd. So I'm not really a fan of this trait on her. I'd be more of a fan of this trait on, like, Mirai. Because she is the DPS, and she needs more attack to do more damage because she's Earth. And she's type advantage. So, the trait is okay. Goes up to 8% if you get her to level 112. If you get her to 120, she gets an extra 20% on the ult, just like every other EX unit. And she gets synergy power with Tsubasa, which still leaves the door open for a unit to give synergy rate on this team to activate this. Now, it's not a guarantee that we're going to get it, but it does just seem a little funky. And then she's also a team buffing unit on her EX board. So, on paper, she's stacking 3 things and healing you, which is great. And even not on this team, you can take advantage of those 3 things, minus the live mode. On paper, she's a good unit. It's just that, do you need her, right? A lot of green teams, they don't need more damage. They're set. Like, you can always use more damage. The blue teams, you can use more damage, but am I going to swap Shizuka out for Blanc? No. Am I going to swap Shizuka out for Violet or Jean? No. I can maybe swap her out for maybe like Light Milim on the Light 3.0 team. Maybe, but Milim's got the orb change. So, she is fantastic damage support for teams that you don't have options for. If you do have options, I really, really don't think she's entirely necessary, especially because we have so many water units in this game now that are EX. Like, this is the most EX water units. Sorry, this is the most EX units we have for a single typing, being water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them. You know how many EX units Earth has? 4. And one of them is free. Alright? Things are not... our Dark also has 4, and none of them are free. Wind has 4. No, not water. Fire has 3. So it's like... Where's the balance? Why is water such always given units? I don't understand. Just like, why is light always giving like a 10 million units versus every other meta? Not even counting the EXs, just in general, why does light have so many fucking units? I don't know. So, for people who are questioning, should I summon? If you have the Idol team, right? If you have Idolmaster Rimuru and Mirai, and you're like, I really like this team, I'm going to use it a lot, then be my guest. Shizuka will make your life a little bit easier, and you'll stack more damage, which is what people want to see. If you have no interest in the collab, and you're like, today is a saving meta, this month is a saving meta, I don't give 2 shits about the Idolmaster because I don't even know what it is, and I don't care about cute girls doing cute things, then no. You don't need to summon. Just use your 2 free multis you're going to get, and if you pull her, great. You're not going to use her. If you don't pull her, take your L and just walk away, because you didn't even care anyways, right? If you like the Idolmaster, but you don't like Rimuru Mirai, and you're like, will I get future value out of Shizuka? The answer is, maybe. She, like I said, she can fit on a number of teams. It's just that, do you want to put her on those teams over a different unit? Like the Visions of Coleus team. The Dark 2.0 team. You could put her on the Dark 2.0 team, Anniversary team. But like this team right here, not even counting Kazuma, right? I put someone else there. Albus or something. Like, Violet? No. Violet? No. Blanc? No. Jean? No. Alright, a World of Fantasy. I could swap someone out here. This is a burst team. This is a green focus team. We could make use of her on this team. Sure. This is just another version of that team. Light 3.0, like Orb Changer, Buffer. Orb Changer, Buffer. Nuker. Orb Changer, Buffer. Orb Alt Swapper, Buffer. Like, I don't really feel the need to put her on this team. This is a good team right now. This team will clear almost anything. The Wielder of Magic team. I mean, we could take the hero out. Sure, I guess, but eventually oranges don't give us that many points. So I don't know how often you're actually going to use it, so you're not going to get anything out of the live mode because there's no greens. You're only going to use the alt resistance down once, just because you're using other skills. The Konosuba team, it's kind of necessary to have everybody here. Orb Changer, Buffer for Megamine. You could swap her out, I guess, but again, the Vengeance team is not worried about traditional damage. Like, they don't give 2 shits about how much you stack. They care about how much Vengeance you have, which is technically also, in a roundabout way, stacking, but not in the way that Shizuka wants to play. So I wouldn't put her on this team. The Summer Memories team, I mean, You could put her there. Again, you're not going to benefit from the live mode. The alt resistance down I'm getting from Violet already. The weakness buff I'm getting from Shizu already, so it's kind of redundant. The Fount of Wisdom team, she is on Fount of Wisdom. Yeah, I have Raphael here. We could definitely do some alt resistance down stacking alongside Diablo. Sure. We could do weakness buff stacking for, Hinata. Sure, it could work. But overall, I think what I'm trying to say is that unless you have a very specific team in mind where you want to put this girl, I don't think you need to summon for her. Let me do my showcase. Let me show you how well she works on a number of different teams. And if that convinces you to summon, then by all means, have at it. But for most people who don't really care about this meta, who are still trying to get Blanc and Jean because their banners are still up and because the Primordials are much more hype than Idolmaster girls, I would continue to summon for them. And if you don't care about anything and you're just hoarding, then I would continue to hoard your crystals. But that is my official opinion. I will get her showcase done sometime tomorrow, maybe release it tomorrow afternoon as a double video day, or maybe I'll just hold it for Tuesday. I haven't really made up my mind yet. But overall, on paper, I would give her a 7.5. On paper. I will change that number accordingly after I'm done with her showcase. But let me know what you think of the new Shizuka. Do you like her kit? Are you heavily disappointed by her kit because she's not an alt swapper unit, she's not a synergy rate? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But that's it from me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.